The cheapest MM2H visa no one is talking about. If the silver, gold, and platinum tiers are too expensive, then this is for you. There are few requirements and it's much more affordable. It's called the SEZ SFZ Pass, and we've got Johor to thank for it. In today's video, I'll share exactly what makes this pass so affordable and run through all the crucial details you need to know, including all the questions you guys have been asking me. Yes, even taxes. Let's jump right in. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I've done deep dive episodes on standard MM2H visas and a bunch of other videos on how to live comfortably in Malaysia. So do check those out. I'll leave the links in the description, but after this video, of course. Now, the MM2H program is Malaysia's most famous long-term visa, but the main tiers have very high financial requirements. The SEZ pass is a much cheaper alternative, designed specifically for people looking to invest in Johor's special economic zones. Now, a quick breakdown of all MM2H visas. I've done a video on this before, you can check it out. The video is probably going to be over here. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the screen here, right? We have the silver, gold, and platinum. And in terms of fixed deposit, you're looking at 150,000 US dollars for silver, 500,000 US dollars for gold, 1 million US dollars for platinum. In terms of minimum property purchase price, 600,000 ringgit for silver, 1 million ringgit for gold, and a minimum of 2 million ringgit for platinum. The participation fee is 1,000, 3,000, and 200,000 ringgit respectively. For platinum, you can work and invest. You can bring your helper if you want to. You can open up a company. You can do whatever you want. Not really, but you can invest and you can make money in Malaysia. I'm only talking about these three things because these are the main criteria that sets the three tiers apart. One thing to note is that each state in Malaysia has a minimum property purchase price. In most states are 1 million ringgit, including Johor. Even though the silver has a 600,000 ringgit minimum property purchase price, but in all the expat areas that you would want to live in, those areas are at least 1 million. This is where the SEZ pass comes in, and you'll save a whole bunch of money. Now, the SEZ pass has a minimum age of 21, and the fixed deposit, right? If you are aged from 21 to 49, your minimum fixed deposit is 65,000 US dollars, as compared to 150,000 US dollars in silver tier. Now, if you are age 50 and above, then your minimum fixed deposit is only 32,000 US dollars. Another key aspect is your property purchase price. The minimum property purchase price for this pass is 500,000 ringgit, and it should be bought in SEZ zones, special economic zones, and from the country garden developer. So basically, Forest City. Now, Forest City has investments of 4, 5, 600, even 1 million ringgit, but we'll get to that shortly. In terms of fixed deposit withdrawal, all the passes are the same. You can withdraw up to 50% of it on the second year onwards for property, medical, education, and local tourism. Okay, so now let's address the confusion and all the questions you guys have asked me. Okay, let's get straight into it. First up, we have the SEZ and SFZ naming nomenclature or whatever you call it, right? Turns out both of it are exactly the same. It's just that different government agencies reference either one. So in practice, they are both exactly the same. So it's not about which pass do you want, SEZ or SFZ. No, it's the same thing. In terms of fixed deposit, it's 65,000 USD if you're aged 21 to 49, and 50 and above, it's 32,000 USD. Now, you can't withdraw 50% to buy the property. You would have to buy the property first and then claim back from the government. It's the same for property, medical, education, and tourism. You would have to spend the money first and then claim it back from the government. You can do so up to 50%, but it can only be claimed back on the second year onwards. Okay, so please take note, guys. Now, for the 10-year lock-in period or property upgrades, you can't sell the property within 10 years unless you're upgrading to a higher value one. They define higher value as anything above your original purchase price. So if you bought it at 500,000 ringgit, then your next one must be over 500,000 ringgit. It's simple as that. Okay, so where they find this 500,000 ringgit, it's in your sale and purchase agreement that you sign when you're buying your house. In terms of market value and developer price, Okay, so in Forest City, some properties might be reselling at about 60% of the original developer price. Forest City is pegged for a global financial tech hub. There are policy moves to attract digital banking. There are new infrastructure projects. So if you are forward looking, this might pay off in the long run. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know, as a real estate agent, Microsoft just bought their fourth land in Johor. They are planning a big data center and a digital hub in Johor. So it's also the same for AWS, Amazon Web Services. And there's also the RTS link, which will connect Johor and Singapore via train. Now, this will be a game changer. So investing in Forest City now doesn't seem so bad, actually. If this is helping you out, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider tips on living in Malaysia. It really helps the channel grow. And let's go to the good part. So a lot of you want to come to Malaysia and work under the MM2H pass. You can't work here under the SEZ Silver Gold pass. You can't do that. You can only work under the Platinum pass. What it means is you're not allowed to take local employment. But if you're doing remote work for a foreign company, then it's okay because it's not Malaysian sourced. Domestic helpers aren't permitted unless you're in the Platinum Pass, but medical exceptions exist. So if you have elderly or disabled dependents, you can apply for an exemption with documented proof. Okay, it's all up to the government how they want to proceed with your approval and with your case. It's very subjective. Okay, for the professional fees, MM2H agents may charge around 40,000 ringgit. It's not just agent fee, it's all the other costs in it as well. Okay, like security bond application processing, medical checks, lawyer fees, all those stuff. But most important is the convenience that you get, and your chances of approval is way higher. Now, this brings me to my next point, which is please double check if they are official MM2H agents. Do not go for the non-official ones. I do work with a few. I'm not sponsored by them. I just work with them. So if you are looking for MM2H agents, I will leave the link in the description below. Or you can just come directly to me and I will see which agent best suits your case. In terms of renewal, after 10 years, the immigration checks if you maintain the FD and comply with any stay requirements. In terms of the price or the fees after the 10-year renewal, that one nobody can answer yet because the government hasn't confirmed anything. This is the one that all of you have been asking me about. Let's see if I answered all your questions, okay? If you guys have more questions, please put them down in the comments below. In the next episode, I might just talk about it. Okay, so pension and non-Malaysian income. Okay, so foreign pensions and non-Malaysian income aren't taxed here, so which is a massive plus point. If your rental income is Malaysian sourced, that means if you rent out your property, let's just say you buy a Johor property and you rent it out and you get income, you may have to pay tax on it. But here's the thing. You only have to pay tax if you are making a profit. So if you're not making a profit, they won't tax you on it. Now, in terms of RPGT, so you can't sell your property within 10 years unless it's an upgrade. I made a video on RPGT. You can watch it here. I talk about it in more detail on how you can reduce the RPGT that you pay. So in the first 5 years that an expat sells their property, you will have to pay 30% RPGT on the profit. After the 5th year onwards, then it's 10%. So, but even after 10 years, you still have the RPGT and it is 10%. A few of you have asked me as well about the Medini exemption. So if you've heard about the Medini Iskandar city, right, being an RPGT free zone, that exemption has ended on 31st December 2020. So yeah, no more freebies here. My honest opinion about this pass. Honestly, you have to ask yourself, what is your main goal here? Like, why do you want the MM2H pass? Do you want the MM2H pass to invest in Malaysian properties? Do you want the pass to stay here with your family and, have a nice time here, enjoy the culture, travel in Malaysia, you love the weather? The SEZ pass, right? It's for those who can't or don't want to afford the higher silver tier. It's just redundant. 150,000 USD in fixed deposit and a minimum purchase price of in the whole of Malaysia is 1 million ringgit. But you don't want any of those. You don't want to invest in property. You don't want much. You just want to relax, send your kids to school, you want to live a nice life in a certain area, you want to change the cities that you live in every year or every 2 years, then the SEZ pass is for you. And for those complaining about Forest City being, oh, it's a bad place, I'm going to waste my money, think about it. Do the maths. So if you are thinking about Forest City not being so well, yes, it was, but now there's so many plans to revive Johor. I think it's a no-brainer. Go in as soon as possible, because when more people start buying the project cost is going to go up. The developer is going to increase the price. Now you can get it for 500, but if you were to apply like probably end of the year and buy the property like next year, then you might see become like probably 600,000 or maybe 700,000. Once Microsoft starts construction on their data center, that's when the property market is going to start booming, because everyone's going to start looking for job there. The visas are going to start coming in for work. So everybody's going to start to come in. And where are they going to go? Because there's no infrastructure for housing except for Forest City. It's already pre-built. People are just going to start coming in to rent and start living there. And Forest City is right next to the Johor Causeway, the second link. It's literally like less than 10 minutes away for you to go into Singapore. So it's very convenient. Now, with that being said, I'm not forcing you guys to buy it. I'm just saying, like, from my point of view, if I was going for the MM2H visa, this is a no-brainer actually. I pay lesser. Now, if you found this video helpful, you'll love my next video where I compare the SEZ pass with the silver tier and how you can buy a property and where to buy a property. So you can click here to watch it now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I'll be going to Johor next week and I will be reviewing Forest City, because you guys have asked me if that place is good or not, and you guys are having doubts with the place. So I'm going to go there and check it out for myself to see if it really is a ghost city or not. So hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. That video is coming real soon. And I'm also making another video about what does $1,000, $3,000, and what does $10,000 get you a month in Malaysia. Stick around for that. That's coming up real soon. Probably next week. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.